Yo! Inside a house in Mission Viejo, California in 1985, the serial killer known as the Night Stalker shoots a sleeping Bill Carnes, then assaults his girlfriend. Despite 3 gunshot wounds to the head, Bill survives. In 2016, Bill is interviewed. He says that he had a good-paying job as an engineer for large mainframe computer systems. Him and his fiancée had plans for the future, but the attack left Bill with left-sided paralysis and short-term memory loss. Because of his disabilities and the impact the attack had on his life, his fiancée told him he wasn't the same person she met and she didn't want to be taking care of him. So she left him. And since he had a hard time learning new information, his company fired him. Then he lost his house. Although Bill partially recovered, he was never able to find a decent job where others would be willing to work around his remaining disabilities. Although serial killers are only 1 in a million, the abandonment, lack of support, and rejection of one who is down is commonplace. Since I was born with disabilities, I basically started out with the same problems that Bill acquired. As for my cousin, brain damage from a near-fatal car accident caused him to go from stud to dud, and remains so. So having a disability shows the truth about how unreliable and bad humans are. It should rip off the phony mask of humanism, the belief that humans are basically good and should be fully in charge of their own destiny and that of others. Instead, humans fail you when you're down, or even kick you when you're down. And if you allow atheism to replace the idea of God, you're basically left with humanism. Not all atheists identify as humanists, but all humanists are atheistic. Both are closely intertwined. Yes, there's a lot of religious crap out there. For instance, the idea that those who are doing well earned it from being good in past lives, and those who are suffering deserve it because of misdeeds in past lives. But that has nothing to do with my religion, and I hold to Christianity. Christians have faulty ideas too, such as being beholden to Old Testament stories where God supposedly would quickly curse bad people and bless and reward righteous people in this life. So I would divorce Christianity from the Old Testament and just stick with Christ's teachings. Being chained to the Old Testament is nonsensical for the Christian. The Christian idea is that Jesus of Nazareth, the essential idea, is that Jesus of Nazareth was born of the Virgin Mary, impregnated by the Holy Spirit, thus being God manifest in human form. And thus, all his teachings thereafter were from God. Though humanists may verbally affirm their responsibility to lead ethical lives that aspire to humanity's greater good, that usually fails to come about. Humanity evidently needs the concept of a higher power to spur them into caring about what is beyond themselves. And unlike people who at best constantly move away, the Lord promised his faithful disciples, "I will never leave thee nor forsake thee." Hebrews 13:5. And we must replace the phony social justice that pretends that women, blacks, and Jews are sorely mistreated, especially since, in many cases, members of those groups are the very ones who are mistreating others instead. The true unfairness is, as I pointed out, against those with handicaps. Do your part to fix that and follow godly righteousness.